Welcome to Channel 17, the Town of Colonie Government Channel.
Hello and welcome to Getting to Know You. I'm your host, Robert Jaquay. On today's program, we're going to be talking about Dollars for Scholars. And we're going to be talking to Marianne Chesky and Nick Saccone, who are both on the board of directors. We had this program last season, and unfortunately it was after the date for the application. So now we're going to get some updated information. Let's go meet them. Nick and Marianne, I want to thank you again for being guests on this show. It's nice to have you back.
Nice to be here.
Thank you for having us.
When we met last time, we talked about Dollars for Scholars, and unfortunately, we were talking about it after the process had been completed. But it was good information for the residents in the town of Colonie. And this year, we're ahead of the game. We're going to be talking about the whole program and how to apply so that people can actually do the application before the deadline, which is going to be March
27th.
Okay, so before we get into the discussion once again for the program, let's get people to know you a little bit more. So Nick, I'll let you start.
Well, my name is Nick Saccone. I'm a lifetime Colonie resident, Colonie High School alumni, and I have a wife and 2 children, and one of my daughters is a high school senior this year. I work for Metro Ford, and I'm the past president of Dollars for Scholars. I'm still on the board of directors and still active in the organization.
I would say committed.
Committed. Absolutely. Lifetime commitment.
It's a good commitment.
Yes, it is.
And Marianne?
Well, I'm also a Colonie alumni, and I'm a nurse and retired right now. I'm enjoying some downtime. I am immediate past fundraising coordinator for Dollars for Scholars, and I'm on the board of directors. I have 3 children in South Colonie. Oh, nope, I have 2 children in South Colonie schools. One's at Siena College. So I've already gone through this process of scholarships and being a senior parent and lifetime commitment here too.
Great, great. So I know we talked about this program before, and so there are some people who are tuning in that already know. But let's presume that people really don't know about the Dollars for Scholars program. So I guess the fundamental first question is what is Dollars for Scholars?
Well, Dollars for Scholars is South Colonie Dollars for Scholars is the local organization for Colonie High School. Where it came from was the 50th anniversary of South Colonie schools being centralized. A group of alumni got together and fundraised for an alumni scholarship fund. They raised $10,000 and we're giving away an annual $500 scholarship. In 2002, after giving out $500 a year, they thought, well, you know, maybe there's something more they can do with that, and they formed a committee and looked into becoming a Dollars for Scholars chapter. Being a Dollars for Scholars chapter, they're affiliated with a national organization. Dollars for Scholars is part of Scholarship America.
Scholarship America.
Scholarship America is the largest single organization providing financial assistance to college students. So it's a great organization committed to college scholarships. So our first year being a Dollars for Scholars chapter was, we're chartered in 2003 in March. We gave out the $500 scholarship, but being a Dollars for Scholars chapter, we were eligible for our students to get some national scholarships, and we ended up with $3,500 that year.
Okay, so that really added to your funds to be able to distribute. That's great.
Absolutely. And the second year, we didn't get any national scholarships, but we ourselves did some more fundraising and gave away $2,500. And as of 2006, 2006 and 2007, we gave over $20,000 each year. And this year, we're already over 21,000.
That's incredible. That's incredible. Now, being a chapter of the national, I mean, do you have to conform to certain rules and regs by them, or are you basically autonomous? Are you saying, okay, this is the program you've inherited, so it's up to you, or do you really have to follow pretty closely what they prescribe?
They have recommended bylaws, and we have our own bylaws that we've set, and we do have to be a chapter. We do annual dues with them, but we also get a lot of support from the New York group of it. So New York Dollars for Scholars.
Okay, so there's like sort of regional.
Right, is our regional area, and they give us a lot of support, and they have, annually they have district meetings, and then they have a state meeting, a state conference that we go to. And we get scholarships from them from just going to the events.
I'm really impressed that it started really with the alumni, you know, of the school, a really, you know, committed group of people who obviously, you know, felt value from their education in South Colonie, are residents here, and wanted to be able to give something back. I mean, it's been many years since I've been in high school, and albeit it was a much smaller place, but there's nothing like that. I wasn't aware of anything like that. So I think this is really a wonderful kind of grassroots commitment to your alma mater.
Right, and it just, we feel great doing it. We really do.
I think the really generous part of this organization is being an alumni. I think Colonie kids come home.
Yeah.
They go away, they educate themselves, and they bring their families back here. And they're generous in supporting the school and us. And I think that the majority of the people that did start the organization being alumni makes it so beneficial to the kids, because we walked in those halls, and some of those teachers are still there for me. And you know, it's just very dedicated group of people using their own time with a passion and a drive to help these kids get an education like they were able to benefit from. Because in this day and age, to be able to go to school is going to be more of a privilege than a right, as the predictions are showing us through our financial chapters of AXA Advisors as well as Scholarship America. Tuition costs over the next 15 years are going to be well over $100,000 for 4 years. For a public school, and private will be 100 plus compared to what they currently are. So you're looking at these kids getting out of school in a debt as big as a mortgage. And so if we can help them out with a scholarship, whether it be for 1 year, or we now have multi-year scholarships that are starting this year that will cover 4 years,
yeah.
These kids will benefit, and then in turn I think we will in Colonie, because the kids will come home.
Now, sort of inherently in what we've been talking about, you've been talking about your mission, but you actually, the organization has a mission itself, and can you want to speak to that?
Our mission is to...
you got it right here.
Yeah, I got it right there. We want to be the volunteer community-based financial resource, awarding scholarships to deserving high school seniors, furthering their education with funding from grassroots efforts and local and national partnerships.
Yeah. Once again, I think it's terrific, and I mean, you've obviously seen something that started, you know, humbly, and has grown quite impressively. I mean, what is your overall vision here?
Our vision is to be the primary volunteer community organization with a single scholarship application for the high school.
And do you find, I mean, there's a good response to this program, right?
Oh, yeah.
Are you overwhelmed by it? Are there too many people, or are you still kind of having it grow in terms of people's awareness?
I think it's still growing in terms of people's awareness. When the fundraising kicked off and we all of a sudden jumped from $5,000 to $18,000 to $20,000, I think it was a slight bit overwhelming. But the thing is there's the momentum, and you know, you can't stop a moving train, and we don't want to. We want people to jump on with us, and so I wouldn't say that we're overwhelmed. We definitely can always use volunteers. We definitely can always use more bodies and more people that have the same passion and drive to help the children succeed. And if they're a senior parent, they can still be involved. They just don't get to pick the scholarship winners.
Right.
So any parents out there that go, oh, well, I wouldn't want my child not to be able to win, they just don't join that part of the process. But I wouldn't say we're overwhelmed. We're quickly moving, gaining momentum, and we want to keep it that way.
And I guess hypothetically, your vision could be that you'd like to have as many scholarships available as you possibly could for the variety of students that you have. Now, this is for people who are graduating?
The scholarships are available for any graduating senior
Okay.
from Colonie Central High School who's also a South Colonie District resident.
Okay.
And the applications are available on our website. They're also available in the guidance office. And the child just fills it out and returns it to the guidance office. And it's a one application. I have one here. It's one application for 36 scholarships, or however many we're doing this year. And usually one essay, unless that particular scholarship requires another one. But you could check off 10, 20 boxes on here, and it's one process.
Okay.
And it's more user-friendly than a lot of them. But in 2006, I noted at awards night that it seemed like we had a lot of money we were generating, and we did the math, and we are the largest private funder of money from a volunteer organization at awards night at Colonie Central High School.
That's terrific.
So.
Now, we put the website up so people can get that website, and we're going to do it throughout the program. And they can find the application online, and they can download the application, but it has to go through a whole process. I mean, I know the committee or the board of directors actually does reviewing of them eventually, but it starts out in a whole chain of events, doesn't it? You submit the application. You mentioned guidance counselors' involvement.
Well, Colonie student, great Colonie student brings the application completed to the guidance office. Miss Sweet Secretary takes it there, and she attaches their transcript, and then the professional resume or reference is attached from a teacher, guidance counselor. It's just one page. And once that's all together, our group gets it, and our scholarship chairperson takes every application, checks it for accuracies or delinquencies, because if it's not filled out correctly, they're immediately disqualified.
Okay.
However, sometimes we will call them and say, you forgot something if it's not before the deadline.
Okay.
But once we've hit the deadline, anything not completed is disqualified. Then our chairperson masks the applications. Only she or he is the only person that knows the student's name. They're given a number, and then a committee grades the applications. We have a rating system where they gain points for community service, for work experience, for their essay, different points like that for the reference letter. And we add up all the points, and then we meet as a group and we pick our winners.
And as you said, they could actually check off numerous scholarships, and so it's for you, the committee, to decide where, if it's deemed that this person should in fact receive a scholarship, what would be the best scholarship for that particular person.
Or they may be eligible for multiple
Oh,
scholarships.
actually, really?
Last year we had several winners that also won another one,
Wow.
all because the money was there and the kids didn't apply. So the money's there, and if they don't apply, we roll them over and repeat winners. So the money's
That's
there,
unusual, but
don't
it's
let
terrific.
it pass.
I mean,
yeah.
that's terrific.
We have the
Wonderful.
money, we want to give it away.
Yeah, and that's your
And-
objective, is to really distribute it. I want to reemphasize, we probably should do this again before we close, and that is that there is a deadline for the application, and after the deadline, that's it. There's no more consideration
Nope.
for it, and you really are stressing accuracy for the application. It's very important. I think it's a good skill that anyone needs to learn and understand, that really, that if you have this basic criteria for it, that you really need to commit yourself to doing that. And then the rest is up to the hands of the committee. But
And put as much information on the application as will help you. We're looking, a lot of them are based on community service, and we want to know what you guys did, so we know how to score your application.
And the nice thing also is that it's blind. You don't know who you're dealing with.
That's
so
correct.
that's a really objective, which I think is terrific.
Only the scholarship chair knows, and she's not in the process. We just give her him or she, give him the numbers when we're done.
Duct taped up and put in a closet
Yes,
somewhere.
and then we don't even get to know the names of the winners.
Wow.
She or he notifies the guidance department. The kids are invited to the awards night, not knowing what awards they've won, and we as the committee don't know who won our awards until that night either.
That's terrific. That's
It's
a lot of
very
integrity
secure.
there. Yes,
It's a very secure system.
Now, we're going to talk about the variety of scholarships that are available, but we don't want to, where does the money come from? I mean, you've gotten, and you said you're not getting any more assistance from the national organization.
No, we don't.
So you're really looking for people to contribute. You have to fundraise, don't you?
Absolutely. We do a lot of fundraising events during the year, but we also get a lot of money from local organizations and local people. We've been getting scholarships donated from Capital Communications. They were one of our first sponsors. They gave us a $1,000 scholarship each year. Newcomer Cannon Family Funeral Home, Metro Ford, Tabner Ryan and Canary, Albany Fire Extinguisher, Amshire Associates is new this year, Clough Harbor, the Latham Rotary, Stewart's through their holiday match have been supporting our organization for I think 4 years now. Albany Multi-Medicine, Access Advisors has always been a strong supporter. And like I said, we get money from our state, our regional organization.
Okay, you do get it from the regional as well.
A little bit,
Okay.
by most of the time by going to events and winning scholarships. We have contests, we have drawings, and plus they also help us with fundraising ideas and other ways for us to be successful.
Now, you don't have to be a business, though, to contribute.
Absolutely not.
Do you know as little as $250 can start a scholarship in memory of someone or in honor of a special day? We have private family donors that have started scholarships, whether they be memorial or just to honor someone. Let me give you a list of a few of them. We have the Kathy Kirk-Patrizio, which is a nursing one, the Thomas Fawnin, Justin Mirabili, David Scaringe, Edward A. Frank, Milton Flood, Jermaine Jesowitz, Larry Bach, and new this year we have the Thomas Colonie and Patricia Gordon scholarships. And we're also offering our first multi-year scholarships, which are going to be the Edward J. Cesnat and the Heritage Scholarship, which the recipient will receive a certain dollar amount times 4 years.
Okay, so that particular person is going to win that amount of money
Right.
distributed over 4 years.
Over 4 years. And then we also honor 2 South Colony staff members. We have the Dr. Thomas Brown, Cecil B. David, which is for someone attending Hudson Valley.
Okay.
And we also have the Joni Thomas Lauren Fetzko, which is for someone pursuing a degree in education. So those are staff members of South Colonie. These awards some of them are for 2- and 4-year universities as well as Hudson Valley. And then we're working on the Corey Womack Memorial Scholarship that we started last year
Right.
in honor of the Corey who graduated. He would have graduated with the class of 2007. He was killed tragically last February. We believe that the background for that will be a student who wants a music or art degree, but we've yet to finalize all the criteria. We're hoping to give it out for this year, but if not, it'll definitely start next year. But we've been getting the funding for that. And we also now offer our families a service where if it is for someone who's passed away, when they do their obituary and in it they say donations can be made in care of South Colonie Dollars for Scholars, we now have funeral envelopes that we are handing out to the area funeral homes or just to a family if they want them. We will give them to that funeral home. Newcomer Cannon does carry them exclusively right now, as well as we have a private batch for any family that contacts us. We're very fortunate to get donors even now from children that have passed away years ago, like the Fawnans and the Mirabilis, who on the anniversaries of their children's birthdays or death dates, their families are still sending in money for the scholarships that we run.
Right. So it's a perpetual memorial.
Right,
Absolutely.
and then I started one that was an honorary one, and that one was just to honor someone, so it can be done. The FETSCO one is for a living teacher, so it's not necessarily memorial.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
It can be
It's not,
anything.
you're not restricting it to memorials. You can actually have a category
Yeah.
created based on your interests, and then do you work with the person to develop exactly the criteria?
We
Yes.
do, yeah, and it's called a pass-through, so that they commit to it for this year. So Bob, I could get you to do one for the library or personally, and then at the end of this year, when we get the money for this year, we'll contact you in the fall about next year. It's a
Okay.
one-year commitment, one-time thing. We hope it'll be more than 1 year, but we allow that leeway there for scholarship people that they just have a need for this current year. So.
Now, hopefully, because people are watching and are interested, you're going to get some people who are going to contact with you. They can do that through the web page as well. There's a form on the web page, right?
That's
that
correct,
they can transmit.
contact link.
And I suppose we should also offer a phone number, or would you rather just have it be through the web page?
I can be contacted at my home number, 452-1173,
Okay.
anytime, any evening or weekend, and I'd be more than happy to help someone if they're interested in doing a scholarship or making a donation. And everyone should know that we are a 501c3, and any donations are 100% tax deductible.
Yay. Absolutely, absolutely. Now, do you actively go out, though, other than here, which is as a result of our program, do you actually go out in the committee? Do you actually go out and solicit? I mean, are you going to organizations and saying, would you like to, or are you just relying on word of mouth?
Well, like you saw when you asked Nick about the money, he looked to me. Well, that was and still is primarily what I've done with Dollars for Scholars, is I've been the fundraising coordinator. So I joined the year that you see the money jump, and that's been a wonderful blessing for us, because I've solicited every PTA in this district. I've gone to the Rotary. I've gone to the Beltran Center. We go out in various places to try to get the message across of what we do, educate people about scholarship awareness for not only being able to develop a scholarship with our program, but also for those parents that are out there that don't realize how expensive college is going to be.
Yeah.
And that are junior parents or sophomore parents, and they realize, oh my goodness, I should have started when they were 3. And so that's been my job. And as fundraising coordinator, we have done McDonald's nights twice a year, where we've gotten several of our scholarships through that. We host the night, we raise the money in a 2-hour time frame, and McDonald's of Kohl's Plaza. I always get that wrong. I want to say Builders Square. Kohl's
too,
Plaza.
I do too.
They have been very good working with us, the Kosians, and have been very generous with their time and their treasures, and have donated to us. And we've also worked exclusively with Macy's with their annual shopping day for a cause.
Okay,
And
right.
they are an exclusive benefactor to us. We've had a very good relationship with them for 3 seasons now. We go to every open house at the middle school and high school level. And then in general, when we get the opportunities, we do try to solicit this way. The McDonald's nights, we had caroling nights. And in the past, we had a McBoo Bash, where the kids came in Halloween costume and did a parade. It was a secure facility that night with our volunteers, and no child could get out of the doors. And we did a parade, and they won prizes for costumes, and we're hoping to do that one again. We just had a caroling night. We're having a spring McDonald's night, and we're hoping that with this publicity that we can get more funding like this that is either memorial or non-memorial, and also business and non-business, because it is as little as $250 to start a scholarship. So.
Right now, I don't know how much particular you want to get into, but I say people, oftentimes $250 at a moment seems like a lot of money, but right now say I want to do this and then find a way? I mean, is there a way to fund it over a period of time, or is it, do you really looking for the upfront money as it stands? Because you need to be able to distribute the.
Well, no, if someone wanted to commit to it right now, we can have the criteria, the scholarship, the name, and everything, and the money isn't due until when? May.
Until that they have to
Till
be distributed.
May,
Okay.
right. So
Okay.
if someone wanted to commit now, they still have 3-4 months to tuck
Okay.
it aside.
So it's not too late to have it happen for this year.
No,
Absolutely
good.
not.
we're always willing to add new scholarships.
Good. Okay. Okay. Now, I imagine there's a certain amount of buzz in the school itself. I mean, the students are aware of this, right?
Yeah.
Yes, they are, but the students, boy, it just seems as though a lot of them are apathetic.
Or lots going on in their lives,
Yeah,
right?
there's a lot of other things, and scholarship money, I think they're more thinking that mom and dad's going to worry about where the money's coming from. But there's also a lot of them that are very tuned in and are right there, grabbing the applications and reading the scholarship guidelines that the high school puts out to let them know where the scholarships are and where the money's coming from.
I would imagine that there are, as you said, students who are tuned in. I mean, there is that student, particular student who knows the value of scholarship money, who can meet the criteria and is going to pursue whatever. As you say, the cost is skyrocketing, and even though $250 may not sound like a lot of money,
It's a book.
It's a book. If you put a lot of things together, you start amassing, a nice little amount for your education. Because
And what's sad is we have a lot of students that don't apply because they don't think they're eligible.
yeah.
But it's not, our scholarships are not for the top of the class. They're for everybody. We have, for instance, automotive scholarships that sometimes don't get any applicants. We had a football scholarship last year that got no applicants. The scholarships are out there, and we want everybody to apply for them. We want to give them away. We don't want this money sitting there.
Yeah, it's amazing that they wouldn't be aware of it, but I can understand.
Do you know last year in my daughter's class there were 447 children as of the count on the transcript. It wasn't the final count for the graduating class, but it was, I think, 442. Out of that, only 82 children did applications, because I think they think it is the smart kids or the high kids that should apply, and that's not what we're looking for. We are looking for everyone, and that medium, the medium kid and the low kid, we're looking for any grades, because a lot of our scholarships aren't based on grades. They're based on character and community service and about the passion of what degree
want
they're
to pursue.
pursuing.
Absolutely.
So some of these kids are totally unaware of what's available to them. I'm a scholarship presenter now for our organization. I did a presentation recently, and I started it with, do you know how you're paying for college? Did you talk to your parents? And then I said, and parents, did you talk to them? Because some kids think that mom and dad will handle it, or that their belly button's an ATM machine. And they don't realize that it's not going to be handled that well. And with the right initiative, these kids can wipe out their whole first year of unpaid portion of the tuition. There's a scholarship out there from a tape organization where if you make an outfit for a prom and wear it and take your picture and submit it, you can win up to like $10,000. There are scholarships out there for unbelievable things if they just pursue them.
Yeah.
So it's like we're here and we want to give the money, just come get it.
Yeah. It's also encouraging, I think, some people who, I like the word apathy, but who think, well, maybe, why bother to go on to school, and maybe this would be an encouragement to be able to just say pursue something that they're really gifted in or talented in, and give them that opportunity.
Well, the kids are tired. They spent all fall doing college applications.
Right.
They hit winter break and they're exhausted.
Right.
And now they're waiting for those letters to come
yeah.
in. And then they go, oh my goodness, one more essay? And some kids will say, an essay for $250? Hello, it's $250. It's free money for maybe a half hour of your time.
Would they stand on their head for $250?
Yeah, so I think that's what it is the kids tire, they peter out, and spring comes,
Yeah.
and they just, the sports commitments start, and
Yeah.
they just don't put the passion into it like they did they put a lot of passion in getting into college. Now it's time to put passion into empowering yourself to pay for that college.
Good point. Now, you do have a program which you're calling Scholarship Awareness, where you're getting out there and you're sort of make it be known. And I think by the time we air this, the one that's happening in January will have already happened. I'm not sure, but can you talk about that?
Yes, Scholarship Awareness Night is going to be on January 16th at 7 o'clock in the Colonie High School auditorium. And this year we're catering it just to junior and senior parents, just to get out there. We went to different financial aid presentations that the school offered, as well as the PTAs and even area banks. And we felt that the one thing that was missing was scholarship education. So we decided to develop, in accordance with our charter that says we should service the community, a program that would educate the kids about scholarships. And this night we're bringing in Capcom and AXA advisors to come in and speak about scholarships and about the ones that they offer. And then our group is going to talk about our program, how to successfully complete our application, when the deadlines are, and to educate the children on how user-friendly this process is for, 30 scholarships. And then I am presenting as a parent who's been through the process. Some parents are very proactive because that helps their bank account, and other parents don't realize how they can help their child or encourage their child. So I'm giving a parent experience presentation on that night. And then the nice thing is all the juniors and seniors, we're taking their names into separate drawings, and they're going to win a scholarship book. It's about all the scholarships that are offered this year for 2008. And one lucky senior will be eligible for a scholarship by attending that night. But the application, they will fill out an application, they will meet all our requirements of community service. And they will go through our scholarship application review process. But this scholarship is only going to be reviewed for attendees of that conference on the 16th. So the kids get a leg up because anyone who attends that night will have one more option open to them that is not in our listing.
Yeah.
It's not in here. It's a private listing that we're doing. And so those kids will get one extra chance to qualify for money. But again, it will be based on community service and their character and the completed application. But we're very excited to be bringing this program to the community because I found in talking with parents is that a lot of them don't understand the process. I was lucky. I had two parents that went before me with the college process and who had already done the chair and the whip and had done it. So I was able to benefit from their knowledge.
Yeah.
So I think it's only good to pay it forward. So now we're going to do it. And even the parents that worked with me helped me with the college end. They didn't really know a lot about scholarships. So it's our job that no one in Colonie should not know about scholarships. They should know how to do it, where to do it, and that we're here. And that we're not just here to give away money and get money, we're also here to educate them on how to help their families succeed.
Terrific. Now you're having this one on the 16th. Are you also going to have another one before the deadline?
No, unfortunately, this program, we are going to offer it in a several-year format.
Okay.
But this year, what we're doing with the high school is we're a step of a four-step plan. The high school will be offering their own FAFSA night where the parents come in and they do the FAFSAs right there on the computers with Hudson Valley people.
Okay.
They're also doing their junior parents night. The PTSA already gave their financial aid presentation through a private financial advisor. They offer it every year in November. And the other two nights are coming in the spring. And then our night will be here in January, always to service, to fit our application coming out. But my goal is also to do one in the fall. So I would like to see one next fall. But yes, this will be part of a four-step process to help educate the parents. And my ultimate goal, this was my inception, was this program. And my ultimate goal will be to go down to the middle school levels and start educating the parents at that level.
Good point. Good,
So.
absolutely good. Now, I'm going to be redundant, but I think it's necessary. The applications are now available online.
They are,
so
and
can
in the
download-
guidance office.
And in the guidance office, so they can start the process now. The deadline for application is March 27th.
Yes.
Okay, and that is an absolute deadline.
Absolute.
Absolute.
No exceptions.
Okay, and we want to stress the making sure that it's complete application. And for more information on it, they can also go to the website and get lots of information about the whole program. Would you invite someone to call you for particulars, or so? Because I can imagine somebody having a question that, even though you think we thought we've covered all the bases here, there's just some little particular that they aren't really sure of.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
If anyone has any questions, please call me. I'm committed to the program, like I said earlier, and if anyone needs help with anything to do with the program, I'm happy to help them.
Great, thanks.
We are here to forge the way for the next generation of Colony kids. So whatever we can do to help that process, we're here. There's no stupid questions. So I am president of PTA Council for South Colony Schools, so my name and number are right in the district calendar.
Okay.
And also in the book, too. And the guidance department knows who to communicate if the parents call the high school, but we'd prefer them to call us direct just to cut down on the traffic on the phone line to the high school. But we're here for everyone. Anything they need, all they have to do is call.
Terrific. Well, we've run our time out, but I wanted to give you an opportunity. Is there anything else that you'd like to say or cover that we haven't?
No, just we are looking for as much support from the community as we can get. Anyone who's interested in helping us, please do. We will have brochures here at the library,
Yeah.
I believe,
Yeah.
as well as at the high school, and every place that we have a fundraiser or any place that we have brochures there that have information on the program, as well as forms that they can make a donation if they want to. And
Right, and it's not too late to do a donation for this year's scholarship giving.
Absolutely not.
And I guess we didn't specifically, we mentioned the word volunteer several times, but we didn't talk much about volunteers, but our people can volunteer, and in what capacity would someone volunteer?
Well, people need to know there's it's not too late for scholarships, it's also not too late just for general donations to our organization
Okay.
as a 501c3.
Okay.
But volunteers, don't think that it takes too much time. As past fundraising chairperson, we have jobs that take an hour from home or several hours. There's no small job, there's no big job, we're a team. We do everything as a team approach. No one works alone. No one ever gets in over their head. We're always there to support each other and grab each other and hold on. And the big events, we need more hands-on people. And we like more people involved with the process. There's jobs as small as helping at events up to ending up on the board of directors. We're always looking for extra help, new ideas, fresh faces, and people with a passion to see kids succeed in education at an affordable cost. The volunteers are the heartbeat of our organization, and it would be a shame for Colonie to lose that pulse. So
Absolutely.
we would like to see people come out. We meet at the Colonie School District office on Laura Lee Drive on the second Wednesday of every month. And our
Those are open meetings?
They're open
Absolutely.
meetings. It's 7 o'clock, and we would love to see you. Come out and see what it's about. We don't glom on to you like a Tupperware salesman. We promise we'll help you through it, and we're willing to take as little or as much as you're willing to give.
I think it's terrific. I really love the whole program. I did when you first introduced it to me and to our audience here. And it's a serious commitment as far as your time, and it's a serious issue, but it's simple to do. I mean, the funds are available. The criteria are there is criteria, but students can meet them, and it's a wonderful opportunity. And it's a shame for anyone to bypass it since it's available, I think.
I agree.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Once again, thank you so much for coming back, and I support your program, and I'm sure we'll talk again. So
Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much
having
for
us.
having us.
And thanks for joining me on Getting to Know You. I hope you enjoyed today's program and will seriously consider donating or becoming a volunteer. Until next time, have a good one.